Cystometrogram. Earlier we learnt about what is cystometrogram or bladder pressure studies. Today we will discuss how it is carried out. The first step is to write down the details of the symptoms so that careful interpretations are possible after the study. Prophylactic antibiotics are given to prevent infection because this is an invasive procedure where catheters are passed inside the body. The patient empties the bladder before coming for the test. Observing how the patient passes urine can give a lot of useful information about things like urinary stream, whether they have intermittency, or whether the patient has to strain while passing urine. And then before the procedure is started, cleaning and draping is carried out as though it is for any major surgeries, because we do not want to have any infection. Two infant feeding tubes then pass inside the bladder using a lot of xylocaine jelly. These are very small tubes. So normally there's no discomfort or pain while passing the tube, especially if sufficient lubrication is used. There may be a little bit of discomfort at the place where the urethra turns upwards into the urinary bladder. Here we have what is called the sphincter, or a valve mechanism which prevents a leak of urine. At this point, the muscles have voluntary control. So the patient often keeps it tight. So one way of preventing this discomfort is to cause some distractions. People have found that if you cough or take a deep breath, then the attention is diverted, especially from the nerve endings, and there's no pain or discomfort when the procedure happens. So this is the time the person doing the CMG will ask you to either cough or open your mouth and take a deep breath. We saw in the last video that the commercial systems or machines that are used are quite complex and sophisticated. But almost the same information can be obtained with the homemade system, with the IV line measuring the pressures. Then the next important step is to keep a proper record. For every 50 ml, there should be a person who writes down the pressure that is seen. One of the important things that we study is the bladder sensations. So the patient has to tell the following sensations. The sensation that there is some urine in the bladder. Then when there is a normal desire to pass urine. Then when there is a little bit of urgency to pass urine. And then you reach a stage where it's quite difficult to hold the urine anymore, you need to pass. You should also mention if there are any abnormal sensations. Some people might not have these normal sensations, and they might have just a fullness or a burning or a low abdominal pain and so on. And also if there is any unstable contractions or the bladder contracts when they're not supposed to contract, it can cause some abnormal sensations. Then when the patient reaches a stage where he wants to pass urine and he can't hold it anymore, then he's asked to pass urine with the tubes inside. Although it may be a little difficult, most of the time they're able to do quite comfortably. And what we're interested in is the maximum voiding pressure. The maximum pressure when micturition happens. And then finally, after the procedure, we need to measure the post-void residue, or how much urine is left behind in the bladder after passing urine. So this is measured by one of the tubes which is left behind. Once passing of the urine is complete, the bladder is drained, and then after that, the amount of urine which is left behind in the bladder is recorded. And next time we'll discuss about how these results are interpreted.